There's a lot to unpack, Rahul. So let me have an opportunity to make my opening statement. Rahul, डिलीवरी और जादूगरी का असर पहले बेटे पर ही हो जाए. अरे भाई, यहाँ पर तो सुपुत्र वैभव बोलते हैं पापा की सरकार रिपीट नहीं होने वाली इन द रेड डायरी. और कितनी जादूगरी चली है सचिन पायलट पर, ये तो हमने देखा है 4.5 वर्ष. Now you are saying that there is no infighting, palpable infighting in the Congress, and everything is happening in the BJP. 4.5 years, this was the only government where not just Sachin Pilot who sat on dharna against his government. In fact, Ashok Chandna sat on dharna against his own government. You had Bharat Singh remove his hair against Pramod Jain Bhaya. You had Indraj Gujar, you had Ved Solanki speak out against the government, against atrocities on Dalits. You had Lal Berwa quit the SCIO post just recently. Are you telling me all of this is going to be ignored by the people of Rajasthan because they see one picture? And that one picture is also an incomplete picture. In Ajmer, Rajasthan Chief Minister went 3 days ago. All the seats were empty. Ask any person in Rajasthan, ask Rohit Parihar. Ask him the status of the campaigns he's doing. It's all empty seats. Now, having said that, as far as Vasundhara ji, if you would have only seen today's campaign, even pictorially, Vasundhara ji is smiling and all smiles. You could see the Bara rally that Pradhan Mantri had. It was till the end, wherever the eyes could go, there were people filled there. And Vasundhara ji was on stage. And in fact, Vasundhara ji has been campaigning hectically, especially in the part I am stationed in, which is the Kota Sambhag. But having said that, let me tell you what has happened in Rajasthan. Rajasthan has two things that is happening. One is LJP, loot, jhoot and phoot ki sarkar. This government has delivered. I agree. Rohanji, it has delivered 18 paper leaks. It has delivered and ensured Jal Jeevan Ghotala. It has ensured transfer posting Ghotala. It has ensured Ghotala in Red Diary. It has ensured Ghotala in mining. And it has ensured Ghotala in COVID scam. झूठ की सरकार. 19,500 किसानों को कर्ज माफी नहीं मिली. They were told they would get कर्ज माफी. And this government, in the first page of its manifesto, had said 99,000 crores would be waived off. They waived off only 5,000 crores. Thirdly, food ki sarkar. Now, food ki sarkar, I've given you instances of how they've been fighting. Kapda Phad is not happening just in Madhya Pradesh. It was virtually Kapda Nikal in Rajasthan. But last point, Rahul, why we will win? We will win because of two things, karm and dharma. What is karma? K for Kisan. Kisan are with the Kisan Samman Nidhi that Prime Minister has given them of over 13,000 crores. 75 lakh Kisan got it. A, Aam Aadmi. Aam Aadmi is reeling against the high price rise that has been given by Rajasthan government. Highest petrol prices, highest VAT on petrol, diesel, highest electricity prices are for Rozgar. Yuva have been given paper leak instead of Rozgar. 20% unemployment rate has taken place. And M for Mahila. Mahila have suffered the worst under the government of Mr. Ashok Gehlot, and Mr. Shanti Dhariwal and his ilk have got tickets who have said Mardon ka Pradesh hai, who have insulted the Mard and the Mahila of Rajasthan. And therefore, Karm and Dharm both are with us. Dharm this way, I'm saying Dharm why? Because I'm sitting in Kota. In Kota, PFI could take out a march. But you know, the Hindus could not take out the Yatra for Navratra. They could not take out Yatra for Shobha Yatra for Hanuman Jayanti. There was 144 imposed. When Dausa Sadhu gets killed, no compensation is given.
Okay, yes, you're basically trying to throw everything in it in the first response itself. So let's take it by and by. Rohit Parihar, you're on the ground. You've tracked many elections. How many elections have you tracked, Rohit? How many decades have you been doing this?
Sound.
Jaipur since 97.
97. So you've been tracking elections since 1997. Give our viewers a sense, as best as you can, of all the polls that you've tracked in the last several decades. How is this similar? How is this different? What are you picking up on the ground, Rohit?
One thing, I have seen that, opinion polls often go wrong about Rajasthan. It's very surprising. It's a two-party rule kind of thing. And generally, the margin is very thin. Trend they are able to assess, but the margin becomes very huge, And the swing is extraordinary. Like when Bhairav Singh Shekhawat lost, it was a huge swing. He got only 36 seats, and Congress got 156, which Gehlot says that this time also is our target. And then when Vasundhara Raje came from 156, Congress was reduced to in 2003. Rather less, in 56 seats, out of they lost 100 seats, and BJP gained so many, they got 123 seats, 120 plus. Similarly, next election from 120 seats, BJP gets reduced to just 76, and Congress is just marginal, So as it was pointed out, like whenever BJP is winning in the last election, they are making records, 120 plus, 163, and when Congress After that, Congress was not able to get even a simple majority. They have been able to form government, but not getting even a clear majority, 96 seats, 100 seats, you need 101 for a simple majority. So the basic issue now is that, the difference now is that, this time we don't see that kind of swing that, BJP could get 163. So benchmark is very, very high actually for BJP, They start from, okay, at least we will get 120, 125. That kind of confidence is there. When you mentioned about, like Vasundhara Raje, the way she was smiling, happy, I wish, both Prime Minister Modi and Vasundhara Raje had shown that kind of response in all the rally, then probably we would not have discussed these kind of things. It was clear cut. We could have said that BJP will win by 130 seats, 120 seats. So what goes against BJP is that, slight friction between, what we can see between Vasundhara Raje and the High Command. But that kind of thing is also for
No, so because that's
Congress
the X
also.
factor. How
Yeah.
much subterranean damage could Vasundhara Raje do to the BJP's prospects? How unhappy is she in your view? And to what extent could her supporters, either overtly or covertly, end up damaging the official candidates of the BJP? I think the election really rests on the answer to this question, Rohit.
Yeah, she is half pacified. I won't say that she's fully pacified. Today, whatever happened in Anta, in that reason is that because Vasundhara Raje herself represents that reason. So it's a BJP's protocol. Wherever Prime Minister goes, when he went Taranagar, Rajendra Rathore was their leader of opposition. So he patted him also, and there was, we could make out that he made some joke also. They shared some kind of joke also probably. So that is a protocol BJP, we can't read much out of that. But if you say that whether Vasundhara Raje would be damaging BJP candidates, she's not able to convince quite a few rebels there to withdraw. Today, Bhavani Singh Rajabhat, quite close to, he was denied last time also ticket. This time also, so he revolted, and somewhere from Kota he was in the field. So he has withdrawn and he has rejoined BJP now. BJP inducted him, but not at every place. Neither Gehlot nor Vasundhara Raje can actually, convince each of the rebels to withdraw. So I don't think Vasundhara Raje as of now in that mode, but she's not extremely happy also because she was not made into forefront. You can't find her at most of the press conferences. She's not that lead campaigner who is going to most of the seats. But yes, she's definitely going to the seats, which some say, were recommended by her, and those who have been inviting her and giving her due respect, publicly. That is what she also
Okay,
told me. That
so she's not fully unhappy, but she's not happy either. Amitabh
absolutely,
Tiwari,
absolutely.
how much damage could these rebels do? Last time, the reason the Congress got 100 and not say 120, 125 was because of the fact that Gehlot had put up rebel candidates, or people around Gehlot had put up rebel candidates on seats where they didn't get their say, where a pilot candidate got a ticket, they kind of damaged their prospects. So how much could that impact the end results?
See, others have a very significant presence in Rajasthan. Almost 20 to 25% vote share and 20 to 25 seats.
Which is much
also
higher than what is typically seen elsewhere.
Yes. However, others have a very poor track record of defending the seats. Others' strike rate of defending is not even 5%. Now with the BSP weakening, there is a split in the BTP app not being a factor. But rebels could damage the prospects of both the parties and different candidates. What we tend to believe is that if it's a Congress rebel, it will damage the Congress. But if the candidate is of the same caste, which is of the BJP, then it is likely to damage the BJP as well. So what has happened in the state is that there are 3 states which have broken the trend. Kerala in 2021, Punjab 2012, and Tamil Nadu 2016. Gehlot has taken lessons from all these 3 states.
What has he learned?
Number 1, he has launched a slew of schemes. The Amma model of 2016, from Amma Cement to Amma Canteen. Then he has launched an extensive PR campaign, just like Vijayan, management of COVID, etc. Correct. And from Badals, he has learned that we need to exploit the factionalism within the BJP. That also he is doing. So some of the rebels he must have been backing for sure. However, the schemes which he has launched are not cash transfer schemes. See, there is a difference between enrollment in a scheme and a beneficiary. People will use Chiranjeevi scheme when they get sick, but it has a very different impact from a Ladli Behna scheme, which is a direct cash transfer.
So Ladli Behna is better for elections?
Of course, because it is a direct benefit, immediate benefit. It is a beneficiary.
It's money in your pocket.
It's money in your pocket, whereas Gehlot is enrollment, potential beneficiary. So that's a big difference.
No, but the whole thing, Shehzad Poonawalla, is that the BJP made such a song and dance about freebies, about reveries, and BJP being fiscally responsible, the opposition, particularly the Congress, being profligate. If you look at your manifestos and the guarantees that you're now giving, you're doing exactly the same thing. So what's the difference? You've a center-right party then loses interest in fiscal prudence just because you need to prioritize winning elections.
No, Rahul, you can't say that, because if you look at our manifesto, we have targeted the areas which have been thoroughly ignored by this government, which is the MYK, the Kisan. For instance, what are we telling the Kisan? We are telling the Kisan that Bajra MSP in Haryana is 2250, which is the nationally prescribed MSP for Bajra. But because Mr. Gehlot has no intention to help the farmers, he gave them a MSP or a return of only 1200 to 1300 per quintal. We are going to ensure they get the MSP. We have promised bonus on wheat MSP, and we have told that the 19,500 farmers who lost their lands, despite the fact that the promise was made that their loan be waived, those people would get back some amount of money so that they are compensated for their lost lands. This is not a freebie. When we say freebie, it is giving electricity to all people without thinking whether they need it or not. On the other hand, the BJP says that if you pass the 12th standard, you are a scholar and you have somebody who's cleared 12th standard in a flying colors, then those girls, that very limited portion of girls, will get scooties so she can go to higher education. Is this the same thing as giving somebody who's as rich as Rohan Gupta 100 units free electricity? And by the way, Rohan Gupta can pay 11.5 rupees per unit, but Rohit Parihar and us, we were paying 5.5 rupees in 2018. Today we are forced to pay 11.5 rupees. Today Rohit bhai has to fill 1 liter of petrol for 109 rupees. बगल में उत्तराखंड है, उत्तर प्रदेश है, गुजरात है, वहां से 1 लीटर भरवा लो 97 रुपए का मिलता है. तो ये एक सिलेंडर देना, एक बात करना. अच्छा, now also, let me come to this factional fighting. By the way, you know, it is not just Sachin Pilot who has been revolting against this government. Do you know that how Mr. Govind Dotasara is also unhappy these days? And certain boxes and certain designs might be responsible for that. Rahul Gandhi had a fight with Gehlot in an election meeting, committee meeting, saying that we will not go by these tickets, we will go by what Sunil Kanugulu or some outsourced person will decide for the tickets. And Mr. Shanti Dhariwal, a big leader from Kota, where I come from, he was given the ticket after being humiliated in the 7th list. Can you believe Shanti Dhariwal was given a ticket in the last list? If this is the confidence they have on Gehlot, Gehlot, by the way, is the sitting chief minister, has not been declared as the chief minister face. In Madhya Pradesh, Kamal Nath, who's not the sitting chief minister, has been declared.
So, but let Rohan Gupta respond to that. The Congress very ambivalent about the leadership status in Rajasthan. Ashok Gehlot not being projected despite being the incumbent chief minister. Neither has Sachin Pilot been projected. You've promised that you'd make him chief minister, but you haven't projected him, which essentially means that the voters in Rajasthan don't know. If you'd presented the fresh face of Sachin Pilot, maybe you would have been able to deal with some of the anti-incumbency, but you were so scared of the damage that Gehlot could do that you couldn't make that move.
Rahul, first of all, the way BJP spokesperson was talking for Congress party, I think उससे आधा ध्यान भी खुद की तरफ रख लिया होता तो ये हालत नहीं होता. See, they were questioning Congress reveries. They were saying the people's schemes, the welfare schemes as reveries for so long. You know, they were criticizing Congress for giving the guarantees. Now they are compelled to offer the same kind of promises to the people of Rajasthan. When we offered gas cylinder as 500 rupees, all these people, they came on debate and questioning how it is possible, it is not possible, it will spoil this, that. Now they are offering at 450. Why? So when we offer something to people, that is reverie. When you offer jalebi, then why are you offering jalebi? If you are against our reverie, you don't offer jalebi because your thing is jalebi because it goes round and round and round. You will never deliver it. What is the mistake of people of UP? What is the mistake of people of Gujarat? Why not get cylinder? When you are in central government, why you are going to states and offering reveries?
Let Shehzad respond to this. If these aren't reveries and they aren't linked to elections, give them in the other BJP-ruled states as well, Shehzad Poonawalla.
I can also ask that what is the fault of Himachal women that you're not giving for 500 rupees there? What is the fault of Karnataka women you're not giving for 500 rupees there? In fact, in Himachal, they promised 200 units free, they increased the electricity tariff. और वो 1500 रुपए दिए क्या हिमाचल की महिलाओं को? सर, वो कर्नाटका में दूध के दाम भी बढ़ा दिया आपने. क्या दिया आपने? कर्नाटका में बिजली के दाम बढ़ा दिए. Look, Rahul, I'll tell you why we are giving it for 450. By the way, Modi ji is giving the Ujjwala. Ronji, I did not disturb you. Modi ji is giving every Ujjwala Ubhokta cylinder for 600 rupees. Here, Gehlot ji is giving for 500. One cylinder he has given and he's taking credit. अरे भाई साहब, अगर इतना ही देना है तो दूसरे स्टेट्स में दे दो. Here it is the highest inflation. Ask Rohit ji, ask everybody else. Rajasthan is number one when it comes to inflation. It registered 9%, 9.5% inflation in July, 8.5% in August, much beyond the national average. And therefore, we have taken a decision that to the BPL families, we will give it for 450 rupees because the Ashok Gehlot government has reduced them to unemployment of the highest level, given paper leaks to the youth, not given any employment, and they have given extraordinary mehengai to the people of Rajasthan. That's why we're giving them.
You know, I want to show our viewers a snapshot of some of the comments, to give you a flavor of some of the issues in this assembly election. Sit back and watch some of the comments made by key political players who are out in the heat and dust of the campaign and the key issues that they're trying to highlight during their speeches. Take a look.
इस बार जब मैं गया तो मुझे कहा इसका रिवार बदलेगा, सरकार रिपीट होगी कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी. मैंने कहा क्यों? इसलिए कि अच्छा काम किया कोरोना के अंदर. तो मैंने कहा कोरोना में सिर्फ सरकार रिपीट हो भी गई. तो मैंने कहा हमने तो जो काम किया कोरोना के अंदर, बिरोड़ा मॉडल हमारा दुनिया में पहुंच गया. मोदी जी जो है, क्या चुनाव के बाद मोदी जी आके यहाँ सड़कें बनाएंगे, स्कूल खोलेंगे, कॉलेज खोलेंगे, तहसील खोलेंगे? क्या काम करेंगे वहाँ करके? खाली अपने नाम के वोट मांगना, ये गुमराह करना पब्लिक को.
इस तरीके से उन्होंने 5 साल शासन चलाया. वो लोगों के बीच में शासन नहीं किया, उन्होंने आपसी लड़ाई में ही समय गंवा दिया और भ्रष्टाचार चरम सीमा पर पहुंचा. विधायकों को खुश करने के लिए भ्रष्टाचार की छूट दी गई. प्रशासन नाम की कोई चीज नहीं रही. और जैसा मैंने कहा कि नियत में खोट आने के कारण राजस्थान को बहुत बड़ी चोट लगी. ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट ये कह रही है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी स्पष्ट तरीके से चुनाव जीत रही है और एक तरफा चुनाव हो रहा है और कांग्रेस बैकफुट पर चली गई है.
I still believe that people think the Congress is a better option and the BJP is in a complete disarray. What stopped the BJP from giving this? In fact, what stopped the BJP from making the gas cylinder not 1100 rupees? It reached, the highest point ever. So price rise, inflation really have been going through the roof. Unemployment is a big issue. And to my mind, all these things are not going to gel with the people because they've had 10 full years to implement this at the national level. They've had governments in other states. It's only because we are doing some things, they're trying to, project the same sort of ideas. But they're not getting any traction amongst the voters. That's my sense.
65 lakh people are receiving gas connection in Rajasthan. Only 14 lakh got registered with Congress, which means the Congress will give only 14 lakh people, those who are, in a way, accepting Congress membership. Is that how government of Rajasthan...
You're saying it's a bribe?
It's a bribe. It's an absolute bribe. Bring land to all the Maulvis. It is appeasement. If you say we are offering pattas and land to all the religious teachers, we can understand it. Hands down, भारतीय जनता पार्टी झोटवाड़ा में बिल्कुल निश्चित रूप से जीत रही है. हमारा कोई प्रतिद्वंदी नहीं है.
The biggest X factor in Rajasthan, and this would be the case in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh as well, is the extra women vote. Now I want you to look at this data compiled by the India Today Data Intelligence Unit, which looks at how women vote has actually gone up. Relative to the last election, 2% more women voted this time in Madhya Pradesh. It was 74% in 2018, went up to 76%. If you go back a few elections, in 2008, women voter turnout in Madhya Pradesh was only 66%. So from there, went up to 70 in 2013, 74 in 2018, and 76% now. 78% men voted, 76% women voted. Now, this is 2% more than the last time. Now, who will this 2% extra vote help? And this is not just in Madhya Pradesh, even in Chhattisgarh. If you look at the data, now you've got a situation where men and women are voting in almost equal numbers. In 2008, 69% of the women voted versus 72% of the men. So that's a 3% plus gap, right? If you look now, men is 76.4 and women is 76.2. And if you go seat by seat, in Madhya Pradesh, female voter turnout exceeded male voter turnout in 34 out of the 230 seats. More women are now voting in 34 seats than men are. Amitabh Tiwari, how much of an X factor could this women vote be in Madhya Pradesh, in Rajasthan, and in Chhattisgarh?